Good day from WA. Hi, this is Julie. Welcome to my channel. And today it's the Margarete Miller Weekly Collage Challenge number 38 we're up to. So this is the book that I've been using for some time. It's an altered children's book, so I've altered the cover and just sort of collaged the front. And these are the pages so far. So week 29, 30, 31, 32. That's also 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 and 37, and there are videos for all of those pages if you want to look on my channel on the playlist, or just head to the channel and check the number that you're interested in. So week 38 we need library ephemera such as a lending card, catalogue or checkout receipt, something electronic, washi tape, something red, lined paper, and the bonus is architecture. Okay, let's get started. So, blank page, I have covered up Christopher. The mother cats went to the pub for a drink while the children were asleep, or the kittens were asleep. And on this one, he's teaching the kittens to climb on the bridge, and then they're falling in the river, but apparently they're quite happy about that because they'll dry in the sun. Yeah, I don't know any cat that will be quite happy to fall in the river and dry in the sun. So, you know, I don't know. We're covering up Christopher the cat. I'm absolutely sure that this book, which was a library book, is no longer in the library. This was in a school. If it was in a school library, it's been taken out. Which brings us to the point of the library ephemera. So a lot of my library ephemera comes from these kinds of books, which were cancelled from the library, chucked out, and would have been gone to landfill if someone hadn't purchased them or whatever. I don't know how you get hold of the library books. Sometimes they have sales, but a lot of the books that I buy from the op shops have the library ephemera in the back of the book. But often the books that I get from the op shops are books that no one's read. Anyway, so that's the choices that we have. We have those items, the little pockets, and this. I don't know which book this came from, but it's the Education Department of Western Australia and Charles Hadley Travelling Library for Boys and Girls. And I liked it because it has red on it. So, but it's a bit big, so I'm not too sure how we can incorporate that. And there's this one, please do not remove. Can take the staple off, take that card out. But I quite like this one, I think. And this one. So we also need lined paper. So this covers, with what I'm having with architecture, I'm not that fussed over having something super modern. So there's this computer, which is, you know, actually from the 80s or 90s. But it's an old computer just in the corner. You really can't see it, but I did like it because it has books and red. So it does fit the bill for this particular prompt list. So I've kept it out, and I don't know that it's going to, I don't know if it's going to fit or not. So but that's a possibility. And then I found this in an older book. So this would have been, oh, I don't know, maybe 70s, something like that. I'm not too sure. And it's a really, really old computer, but again, it's red. So we can cut all this yellow off and just keep the red section, possibly. I didn't mind that because in the end, it will just be shapes and I can just use it in the background. Washi tape, I've got this little tiny weeny bit of red heart on the washi tape. So we'll put that somewhere. Okay, I've got, for something red, I've got this giant piece of red paper. I've been looking at this post box. Every time I go through my basket, I've been wanting to use this post box. I've been waiting for a prompt that says mail, but there hasn't been one. I haven't looked ahead to see when there is one, but it's something red. Had a little bit of an accident. This was in one piece, and I had one of these left over from when I last did it. So it is a wax seal. We'll see whether I use that or whether I make a new one, but it's a little butterfly. However that goes. I have some bits of decoration with red on them. May or may not get used. But the main thing is the architecture. I found quite a few pieces. What I wanted to use was some of my original ephemera, because I was thinking, well, if I'm going to have a pocket, built-in pocket, but this one doesn't fit the pocket. It's a beautiful, it's actually on vellum, but it's old. It's Christmas 1936, Christmas Greetings from Keble Cottage in Maidenhead. But it's got red on it, and it's very you know, old architecture. It's the old way, the old gateway. The old way is the best way to greet. I kind of wanted to put that in a pocket, but it doesn't fit that one. But I do like that. I have other postcards. I knew I had this one, which I really like, and I haven't used, and I don't want to stick it down, you see. I was hoping I could put something in a pocket, but it doesn't fit. So that's obviously the Arc de Triomphe. That's really nice. I'm not cutting it down because it's got this lovely... This is the greatest masterpiece of early Norman architecture for Durham Cathedral, and it was begun in 1093 as a shrine to St. Cuthbert. Wow, 1093. The earliest of its kind in Europe and the only one in England. The roof was considered a construction miracle of its day, so that's definitely got a huge claim to fame. And this one is similar, King's Legacy, Henry VI, 2 glorious buildings which he created at Cambridge and Eton. The fan vaulting is a masterpiece of late Gothic style. Oops, sorry. So another masterpiece of architecture. So lots of cathedrals there. And then there's this one, which I thought was interesting because it has red all over it, which of course most of you English people will recognise is the House of Lords. Brilliant colour and Gothic tracery is dominated by Pugins gilded throne used by the monarch on state occasions. So, you know, the architecture involved in building this is just unbelievable. Don't think it's anything like our Parliament. For my, what was it, technology? No, what was it? Electronics. Something electronic, which, you know, electronic is different to electric. I understand that. But you can't have electronic without electric. So my computer, no matter how electronic it is not going to work without electric. Does that count as being? I don't know. But anyway, this man, Michael Faraday, son of a blacksmith, pictured in his lab where he experimented with electromagnetism, giving the world the electric motor and the dynamo. To me, he's the father of electronics, because without his inventions, I guess we wouldn't have progressed to what we've progressed to. I'm assuming. I don't know. A wire suspended above it was rotated around the magnet in response to the electric current. It was a prototype and was still, I think it said, is still used today. The principles are still used today. That goes with the little, I've only got a couple of choices of electronics, so we can choose out of those, but I just thought, well, it's vintage looking and it might fit with the collection that I've got, with the architectural collection, rather than these more modern ones, which, you know, but I don't have to use electronic because I'm using architecture. If I use the washi tape, something red, line paper and library, I don't actually have to. So these are actually optional if they don't fit. Okay, now something red. I do have a bunch of other options because I love red. I didn't know which direction I wanted to go in. With the letterbox, I had the idea I wanted to have a lady posting a letter, but I haven't found a lady that suits. So, and I wanted the lady to be in red. So she's got a red hat. I've got a girl with a cat in red. She doesn't have anything to do with architecture or posting letters. No. So the ladies don't seem to be, I mean, I don't know, that lady sort of fits that era, I think. The era I'm trying to get is, you know, I quite like her. All right, she's a possibility. And then, where to start? Now, how I go about this, once I get to the point of making the video and then I have to make some decisions, I try not to make my decisions until I do the video. I like to do the process on camera as much as possible. Sometimes I have to do it off camera because I'm taking too long, as I probably am today, so I'll cut a lot of this out. What I do with all my pieces is, what's my favourite piece? What is the piece that I want to have? And I know, without even thinking about it, everything else I could live without, but I actually want to use the seal and the letterbox, even though it's not a postal theme. What I might do is I might just stick that together with sellotape just for now, so that I can move it about in one piece. Well, at least it's in one piece now, so I can, but I'll make another one because it's actually broken in the corner too. What I was thinking with this was I wanted to make a kind of a handwritten letter originally for the lady to post, but she's got a hand missing, so I can't even really put a letter in her hand unless I cover it up. I'd really rather have an envelope, so I did get an envelope, but it's huge obviously. I was thinking about this envelope and altering it, and then using this on it. That was the smallest envelope I could find, but I could make one. Okay. Oh, we need our library ephemera and lined paper. I mean, that can just go anywhere. So birds instead of flower. Not sure that I like that either. These are all too big because I've got so many pieces. Because I want to use all those pieces, all the postcards are too big, so we can forget those. I do like the because it's almost slightly in colour. You know what, I probably could cut this one down and then re-ink it, and you almost wouldn't know. It'd almost be like a mini postcard. You're not really going to lose very much if I cut that down. And then so okay, so I will say that I like that postcard. I like her, so we're kind of going, all right, she's gone to the Arc de Triomphe and she's posting her letters back. Well, maybe these can be used on the front of this. We can collage on this and add these to that, and then the postcard to that. Okay, well, I don't mind that little grouping. This was up next to the post box. Maybe we can use that to collage on here. We'll probably use that on the front of that pocket. So there we go. That is a little collection to be created. Vintage with a splash of red. But what I was thinking was, can I use this as background? But if I use this kind of stuff, when I put my pieces on, are they going to look, you know, sort of lost? Not saying it's going to go like that, but just looking at the colour scheme. If we say that's going to cover up the dog, we don't really need the dog. In fact, we don't really need her. I just want the lady in red. We can cover them up completely. So, but looking at the colour scheme, well, actually the brown looks quite nice. 3 pops of red in a triangle. I got the postcard to fit in there, but I've still got to, I'm going to round the corners. Now it looks brand new, it's in such good condition. But I'm just going to rough the edges back up, how it was. Looks just the same as it looked when I'm going to ink this up. Let's start with the things that we like and that we know, and then we'll see. Let's not make decisions about background. Let's get the ephemera ready, or the pieces ready, because I've made a decision about this. The lined paper has to go on, so we're going to put it on there. Let's put that on. We'll just put that on with glue stick because it's really thin paper. If you use art glue or anything like that, it will show through. All right, it's covering up. It says government school, but I don't think that matters. I do like this 20 because I like the red and I like the handwriting. So I will make a new one. I'll do it off camera, but we'll say that that's going to be on there like that. I kind of want the Arc de Triomphe to stick out more. It's going that way, which feels backwards to me, but there you go. I don't want it too close to the center because it will be hard to close the book. So it's probably going to go in the middle. This is going to be really thick. Do you know, I've seen some faux ones of these. I've got some somewhere. Okay, 1 second. Okay, what was I doing? Sometimes I'm gone so long that I forget what I last said, so I don't know, but I went looking for, I went looking for, it took me ages to find them. I had to go on the computer. It's My Porch Prints has little fake ones of these in amongst one of their, anyway, it doesn't matter, it was pink, so I didn't want it. So I haven't found a red one. There's probably is one somewhere, but I don't remember it at the moment. So by searching everywhere, look what I found. I don't normally use digitals in my Margarete Miller, but she is what I'm kind of looking for, because she's upright and walking, and I can give her a letter to post, you know, so she can be posting a letter quite easily. Yay. Sort of about the right size too. So what I could do also is cut this off. She could be holding these letters and posting one. That's what I'm thinking of. So what else did I find? I thought I found something else. Oh, I found this little thing too, which I can use maybe to cover up. When I cut that off, I'll have a bit missing, so maybe I can use that to cover that up. You're probably thinking, what is she doing? All right, so we dispensed with that. Oh no, look what else I found. Of course, if we're going to be having a lady like this, I showed these feathers the other day, so let's have a look. Oh, look at these, aren't they gorgeous? Because she's going to be quite tall on the page, we're probably going to have to just go for a nice cute little one. Yeah, these two are, all these are going to be too big, so it'll just be that one, I think, and that is the one that looks the most red and black. And I don't know, we may even end up with just the end of it. And I found this Believe. I don't know why, I just feel like I might like to use that. We'll see if it fits. I have a one-legged post box. I don't think we want her friend, so we're going to cut them out. I'll be back in a moment. Let's have a look, because I like the feather. And I was thinking while I was cutting it out I would do a bow, but I was wondering if the bow in her hair might be a good way to cover up the bottom of the feather. We'll just cut that off, see whether we can do it without that. I'll turn it the other way. Whether we put a feather in a bow in her head, or whether she has a bow down here. No, I think it goes better with the feather because it's quite bright, and that should match that, and it doesn't. I'm not getting anywhere, I'm just playing with bits and pieces. Let's make this, because I can't put that on there until I've got this done. So I've got this. Isn't that a cute little box? Got that from an op shop and thought, I can do something with that. It's probably not very old, it's probably been decoupage, but it's nice, it's been well done. So I've got these. That one's the butterfly one, but as you can see, it's quite big. So I'm thinking of using this smaller one. I've only got a couple, I haven't got many. These are the old original ones I had from years ago. Oh, the love heart one. Oh, I might do one of the love heart and a J for me. Okay, so I can use a flamey thing. However, I've seen people that have used their heat gun. So we'll get our little thingies ready. I'm just going to use the J and the love heart. We're going to do it with the normal candle fat first. Candle wax. We're not going to light this, because when you light this, it goes all black. J. Okay. And because I need the smallest one, this one's really thin. Once it's glued on there, that should be fine. This one's also, it's a bit thick. Or we can do a tiny J. So it depends if I put it on if I make a letter and put it on a letter, I might use a tiny J. I imagine this video is getting quite long, so I'm going to have to make some decisions. We need a letter. You know how letters used to fold up and just, but then I want it to look like it's the address, so we don't really need to see what's inside. We can just pretend it's a letter. Let's just cut a piece of this off. There's a name for, apparently there's a name for letters before they had envelopes. They used to just fold right on a letter, or even a receipt this was, and then just they'd like fold it in like an envelope and then put that on. I won't be able to do that because it's not wide enough, so I could just put this little one on here. Let's do that. She is going to be holding a letter. It's just a little bit big, but maybe we can fold it in half again. She's written a very large letter. Maybe we'll make a smaller one. Use my tweezers. It's quite a large seal for the envelope, but that's fine. We could have just used a tiny dot. Just going to hide under there when that presses down. Going to the post office. Okay, don't know if I've got much further, but I have stuck the hat on because I'm sick of it floating around. So I want to make it part of her costume. So I found this part, which I think I can make look like it's part of her dress. I'm finding it hard to get all the pieces together because this is a really separate piece. There's no point in having a tuck spot if you don't have anything to tuck in it. Well, let's just forget about that for the moment. Oh, where's the husband? This is possibly her husband, who she's sending the letter to. So she's thinking about him. Okay, she's posting her letter. Some mail has dropped out. Wow, this is just so big. And the postcard. I've got too many. I need a whole double page spread to fit all this lot in. Tricky. Okay, this has been the trickiest one I would have to say that I've done to date. I've not done one this problematic. Considering I've got all the pieces I want, but just can't seem to make them work together yet. But I will. Got this piece. I'm going to, it says please do not remove, but I'm going to remove it. Oof. Well, that was tricky. Okay. Please do not remove, and I have removed it. So maybe I could do something with this instead. So why is there a sign that says please do not remove? Okay. Please. All right, let's do that. All right, I'm just going to stick that on there and decide where it's going. I mean, I don't want please don't remove on here, so we're just going to have the please part. Please post here. Please. Find one in the colour I like, that one. Now we've got that. Please admit one. Becomes admittance. Don't know what it means. I may not use it, but I'm just making it. And get rid of the please, maybe. Yeah, please is a bit odd. Okay, we've got to admit one to the library. She's right in the middle. You're not supposed to put them right in the middle. They just look odd. I had this other idea. If I do that, I'm kind of like committed. Well, I could do it with one piece and save the other piece. I can save that piece for now. But what I was going to do was have these on the background, but torn up. So make a mosaic mixed with the red. That was one idea I had. So, and then, so I would probably tear. So we're committed now, doing it. Tear out the shapes. Okay. Ooh. Too bad if I don't like this. To start all over again. Like that. I'm doing my borders again. Maybe we can just have pieces of it. Ooh, okay, let's try that. Random pieces of architecture floating around in the background. I don't think I want that white part. Ooh. If I end up doing it completely differently, I'll probably end up editing out all that other stuff, because otherwise you end up sitting through an hour of me trying to decide, and then I end up doing something completely different. And then you're like, well, why did I watch all that? Because you didn't do that. So if this is how, I think this is how it's going to, I'm feeling happier already. I feel quite excited now that I've got a concept or an idea that's, I don't know, kind of dramatic. I'm kind of going for bold or dramatic or 3D. It's kind of my theme at the moment. This wasn't my original idea. My original idea was more to do with having the red amongst it, you know, like so that they're like that. Or just pretend the red's all torn up, but say the red was all torn up. So it would be kind of like that. With this one mixed in, but I'm not sure if I like that. If she's going to have the red stuck to her head, we might not want the red in the background. That might be her piece of drama. She has that. And the PO box peeking out. Shame it doesn't cover up that lost bit. It's kind of interesting, the angle of the building. Maybe we just don't have any in the middle for the moment. We're going to figure out how we can get those other pieces in. Well, can we have this in the middle? She's still got to go to the side. Weird, but it's happening at the moment. I wonder if this could, something like this could be a footpath for her to walk on. Okay. Alright, that wasn't my original plan. So even though I like these two pieces, the middle section is still not working for me. And then we will stick this to there. Haha. We will ink it up first. But let's just say that's going on there, and then it's going to go in there. Now that looks better than the postcard sticking out, does it not? So now we just have to add that to the page. Oh, that was weird, because there's 1 minute I can't do it, next minute I'm all happy. One slight idea change, and it just never occurred to me to put this back in there because it came out of the other one. I don't know why that's weird, why I didn't think of that. I'm just going to ink the back just because, you know. Alright, well, I always intended to have a pocket on here, just didn't think I could work it, but the postcard was what was stuffing it up, not the library card. There we go. Whatever it is, I don't know, but it's stuck in there. So with all of those pieces, technology, we haven't got, it's not essential. All right, okay, I like this on the edge, I have to say. Do I bring it in a bit? Maybe. She's going to the side and she's going to cover up that perfectly. Why didn't that come together before? Anyway, it's come together now, so that's going there. We have this. Now, how to tie this side to that side? That is the question. Okay, I don't know where I was up to when I finished filming. This is probably the most difficult one I've had to do. We still have Our Lady. I'm going to stick this to this because there's only really one place it goes where it covers up that space and gets the. And I want this parallel to this side of the page, so that's pretty much how that has to go. So I'm going to stick that down, and then there's a pavement under her where she's walking. All right, so I'm just going to stick this down onto the mailbox. It doesn't move. And here. All right, and then I'm having this piece hidden there, but I want to try and create a sort of something for her to be walking onto. I can stick that down. What's over there? I want the little post box to stick out. So she is going there. This is going behind here in a straight line to the top of the page. It's a bit of an unusual way of building this collage, but anyway, I could think of to get everything, because I've got some very specific pieces that have to go in very specific places or they don't fit. So now the letterbox can go there. Yes, it took me a long time to get this particular collage how, you know, I like it. I had a kind of an idea in the head. I wanted to have pieces of architecture. I actually wanted them kind of mosaic in the background, but that didn't kind of work. And I found it difficult to get this section, which I was happy with, to marry with this section. So I've just altered it quite a lot, probably since you last saw it. It was all quite a lot bigger, and there was a lot of this colour showing through. So I cut everything down to the minimum size. I changed the picture on here a few times to keep taking it off until I found this little collage I already had made. So I stuck that on. And had some things on here I didn't like, so I actually just washi taped that on, just a little remnant of paper. And it's got a handwriting there and the letters there, so that goes with the mail concept, but it's actually a, you know, a library card, library ephemera. So I took it out of the pocket because it was really thick, so now I can just glue down those sides when I'm ready to, but that will probably go on last. Okay, so this goes here to continue the colour, so I want that to go down there. So I'm having, at the moment, I'm having some straight edges and some straight and some like that. And I've got this here somehow like that maybe. But then I had all this red on this side, so I've added this. Now I thought about having it under here, but that doesn't work, so I'm having it here. So that's going on the edge of the page there. Oh, I thought I had made it so it couldn't see it. Something like that. Just going to change that angle a bit. This is the most trickiest collage I've ever done. Yeah, not that I've done hundreds, but since I've been doing the Margarete Miller, I have to say this one almost had me beat. I almost started again, like, okay, let's just start again, get different stuff, do a totally different collage, because I just couldn't make it work with, and especially not with what I had in my mind. Okay, something like that. And yes, I was struggling to try to get the husband in. I want her to be writing a letter to him, but I couldn't, you know, just kept sticking it in. It's like, well, it's too weird. And as I say, I was about to go to bed and I'd almost given up. And I thought, oh, I can't do it. It's just nothing. I can't make it work. And then this piece that I had totally decided I couldn't use, the Parliament House, I just thought, I'll just try it. Before I go to bed, I'll just try it. So I put it in here. Like this. I just stuck it in the middle of the page. In fact, that's how I started. I stuck it in the middle of the page. And then I added this. And then I thought, oh, okay. I know he's not really in the Parliament House. Oh, I think I stuck that in the wrong place. Oh no, that's okay. Goes there. And it goes there. So, all right, and then this goes here somehow. And then this. It's the tricky one. It really is. All right, and then this comes under here. Something like that. It's all covered. And that comes down. All right, that's kind of how it's going to be going. It's almost there. But my concept is that she's the wife on holiday somewhere or out for the day. No, she's away. And she's posting him a letter. He's busy working. He never stops working because he's making electricity. And this Parliament House is full of lights. I mean, this light is obviously window light, but then all these lights hanging down wouldn't be in existence if for his invention that he invented the first electricity. So, and of course to do that he would have had to believe. So that's where that. So I'm going to glue those things down, and then I'll be back. It's nearly done. Okay, so I've glued a few little pieces together. So the ones that were there, I really want them to be where they are. So they've been glued. I want this to sort of not be showing behind her. I think this was meant to go underneath. That is the only problem with doing it this way. You sometimes get it wrong. That's all right, because it's magazine type glossy paper. It's fairly able to be unstuck. So I'm going to put that under there. So now we can stick what to what. What have we got left? We can stick this to this. And then the front piece will be a whole piece. Then we'll stick the back on. So this now glues to this part. Oh, this is a bit of an unusual one. I think I say that every time now. My pieces seem to be a bit unusual. This one definitely is. Okay, so that's now glued to that. So that is now one piece, this part. And oh, we can glue that to that. Okay, all right. So we have that part. And now we can glue this down. I'm going to use glue stick for this part because I don't want it to wrinkle. And I'm going to leave it exactly where it is. And hopefully that will work. It's yeah, a little bit tricky. Can't believe how difficult this one was. How strange. All right. And that then goes on top. The idea is that it kind of looks like he's in this big house. So I can use glue stick. I think it'll allow me to adjust it a little bit, moving it around until I get it in the right place. Alright, so it goes to the top and kind of central and straight. Yep. Quite a lot of feather sticks out, but that's okay. A little bit of glitter glue on the edges. Now, this is going to be stuck down with a pocket, so I'm going to put the glue on here while it's in here so I can see. Now, it doesn't look like I can glue the bottom, but because of this fabric, I can do it that way. I'll just gonna do the sides. And it's going to go underneath here to kind of keep it in the picture. Okay. Because it's quite, you know, it's 2 layers of cardboard. That's why I had to get rid of the back of it. You know, it was like this. It was huge. This was the size of it. So I had to take it apart and take the one of the layers off, which then allowed me to trim it to a smaller size. So that was why that happened. It was just too bulky on the page. I mean, it still is a little bit, but we have to have a library ephemera, so that's what we're having. Okay. Whew. this one was tricky. Okay, well, that's good. It works now. Let's just put this bit down here. Trying not to get this stuck in. I like that little bit of lace, just as a little bit of prettiness with her dress to go with the ornate. Oh, I did mean to, whoops, when I took everything off the page, I meant to gild the edges and I forgot, but that's okay, we can do it now. I wanted to add some gold. Let's see on here. Yeah, I just think with this, all this gold in the background, I think it wouldn't hurt harm to have some gilding. That's what it's called. I won't be able to do it everywhere because I've already glued everything down. I don't really want it everywhere anyway. Oops. Oh, and her head's probably coming off. I don't want her to lose her head. There we go. All right. I don't know that this is going to be my most popular one. I've got a feeling not. Oh, look. Eek. I didn't really want that to happen. How'd that happen? No. Alright, we can take it, we can get rid of it. Something always happens. Alright, okay, we're going to use tweezers to tear that off. Oh, it might actually come off anyway. Yay! A bit of microsurgery. It's always handy to have some little tweezers around. You never know what you can't reach with your fingers. See, it might have been nice to have some gold edging along here. But we're going to start with the edge of the. Well, we're going to start with this actually. I'm going to start with this and see how it goes. Just put some. It's not bright gold. It's antique gold, so it's you know, kind of like muted, and it sometimes just looks like eek. This is if your finger slips. Anyway, that part's hidden. I don't think it comes off with a wet one. Let's have a look. That was why I wanted to do the page edge before I stuck everything down, because if I slipped across, it would be covered. It's fun putting the gold on. Just adds a bit to it. And so I can get some on this. Yeah, I mean, some of it I should have done before I stuck it down. I forgot. That happens. Here, maybe. I want to get some on the actual page. Yeah, like that. See that? It's quite a messy job, the gilding. Not everybody likes it, I don't suppose. Oh, that's better, I think, using a slightly flatter figure. And should we go down here? Probably. Just kind of fills up that white gap. Now I'm going to see if I can get on the edge of this. Probably won't see it, but just, yeah, there's a little bit of gold here and there in the picture, just to sort of add a bit of sparkle. You don't want a lot, I don't want to overdo it, but just those little edges. Let me bring it up and see if you can see it. I've got the focus working now. I had to Google, but now the light's not working. I've got an extra light and it's not working. Might need to just add some here, I think, so that it matches this side. That's it. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Okay, the man who's drilling seems to have gone quiet for a minute, so I'm going to take the opportunity to finish up. So this is finished. I am happy with it now that it's finished. It's come together mostly how I thought, but that's okay. Most of them do turn out a little bit different to what I kind of like plan along the way. So let's just go through the pieces. We've got a little tuck spot here. CW Planner number 38. We have library ephemeris. It's a lending card, catalogue card, or checkout receipt. So we have an actual card that was in a book. This card, the tuck spot, and this paper is all library receipt. Something electronic, well, that's, you know, debatable. This man is inventing the beginnings of electrics and magnetism and spinning things. What was his name? Oh goodness, hang on. Michael Faraday? Yes, experimental genius Michael Faraday, son of a blacksmith, experimented with electromagnetism, giving the world electric motor and the dynamo. Anyway, I'm having that as electronics. I know it's not exactly, but I feel like it's the father of electronics. And, you know, the lights exist because he invented them. Anyway, she's bored with all that. She's not interested, so she took herself off for a trip on a holiday, and she's sending him a letter, which really has nothing to do with the thing. Washi tape, I just added a couple of bits here to stick this piece on. Something red, of course. We've got the feather, the bow, the wax seal, the letterbox, her dress, and a little bit extra here, and some red trim in there, so plenty of red. Lined paper is the library paper, where you put the date, and the bonus is architecture, which is everywhere. So these were all famous Norman and Gothic pieces of architecture in the UK, and that's the UK Parliament, the House of Lords. So yes, So there you go. I will hold it up because now I've got the thing working. I can hold up sections now. I will block out the noise. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.